2014? Okay. On this allegation here, arrears, were you able to pay?
Yeah.
Were you able to pay and you just didn't pay?
Well,
Or were you unable to pay?
that's the monthly payments.
Yes, sir.
I was unable to pay at that time.
Well, that's not a violation. If you're unable to pay in good faith, we don't throw you in prison because you were unable to pay. You have to be able to pay, but you have to make a good faith effort. Did you make a good faith effort and were unable?
It's pretty much unable. I mean,
All right. Well, I'm not accepting a plea of true to that, but it only takes a plea of true to one violation. And you pleaded true, failing to complete the theft prevention class. We'll go with that. Do you understand that one or more violations of probation, that's enough to grant a motion to revoke probation? Your probation can now be revoked and you can be sentenced no less than 2 nor more than 10 years confinement in prison.
yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you insist on pleading true today?
Yes, Your Honor.
I find you were pleading true voluntarily. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading true. An agreement's been reached where whatever sentence shall not exceed a cap of 5 years in prison. Is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
If I follow this, you have no right of appeal of your case. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Out of a race. Show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 1. Did you sign that document, understand it, discuss it with your attorney, or the contents all true and correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
State's Exhibit 1 tendered into evidence.
No objection.
Without objection admitted. This states if I follow this agreement, you have no right of appeal of your case. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, what are we going to do today? Y'all want to make arguments now, or do you want?
At this stage, the case shifts from legal violations to personal circumstances. The defense is asking the court to look beyond missed probation requirements and consider the hardships that followed. But in cases like this, sympathy alone rarely decides the outcome. What matters now is whether the judge believes these setbacks actually excuse the probation violations.
Prison, which means no less than 2 nor more than 5 years in prison.
Yes.
That's the range I'm looking at, based upon the agreement by the parties.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
Right after the court ordered him to go on probation, he started
How
going
much
through
time does he have?
started going through a divorce. He also tried to transfer his supervision to Hardin County. And they informed him that it'd be 60, 90 days before it got transferred. And I don't know what happened, but he was unable to communicate with the probation department during that time. He hadn't done his class. Also during that time, he's going through a divorce, lost his transportation, lost his home. Since being arrested on this MTRP, his family has stepped up, and his mother is here in court today. I think she's also written a letter to the court. They're willing to take him in.
Yeah.
And so
Everybody gets to read this. When it's sent to the court, it's not a private thing. He's asking for
they're willing.
fairness.
If the court will allow him to remain on probation, they're willing to help him, give him a place to live, bring him back forth to the probation office, and make sure that he does everything. He's willing to do that. He'd like to be able to continue and successfully complete his probation. He did make full restitution, Judge, and he just got started on probation. I think the court has got his attention. He's been in jail for 2.5, 3 months waiting for this hearing. So whatever he has done wrong, certainly the court has got his attention. We're asking that he be continued on probation.
Stay.
Judge, we did take into account in this offer that he did pay the restitution in full. That's why he's not
Good thing. That
exposed.
impresses me because too often the victims don't get their money back. And in cases like this, it's really generally about the money thing, getting them replaced with that money. But it's never because it's lost for a period of time and it's not paid back with interest. They're always out a little bit, but it's all the court rewards people who get the restitution paid back quickly, and which is what you did.
Judge, that being said, given his history, and the short amount of time that he was placed on probation in this case, the state will defer to the judge's opinion on what is fair in this case. But we do think that he was given a very good chance to be given probation in a case like this with his history. And here we are on a motion to revoke, not 6 or 7 months after he was placed on probation. Given that, the state would like the court to take that into consideration
What
as
do you
well. The state will defer to the court.
What do you think is in the best interest of the people?
Judge, I think 4 years is in the best interest.
All right. Go ahead, sir. What would you like to say?
Just like I say, I was happy to get the probation because I was actually able to go home with my family, but
Oh, no.
my family just got torn apart, and I was unexpected, and I didn't know a lot of things that were going on with me and my wife. I had no idea what was going on. So we get the divorce, and I've lost everything. I went into depression, and I just couldn't get it together. I've lost my home, my children, my daughter, first off.
This is the defendant's strongest opportunity to influence the court. Instead of arguing about legal technicalities, he's trying to explain how personal hardship affected his decisions. The question now isn't whether his struggles were real, it's whether the court believes they justify failing to meet the conditions of probation.
What are you going to be doing?
Well, actually, a friend of mine until we were actually trying to buy coastal pools in Beaumont. We were actually trying to get a loan to look at buying coastal pools in Beaumont when I shut down.
Oh.
And but in the meantime, I was work for Blue Haven Pools. They offered me a job over there.
What's going on with this burglary case?
That is actually my mother-in-law, my wife's.
Well, I'm
Indicted.
just asking, what's the status of it? This isn't,
It's pending. They have a hold on it.
well.
Yes, Judge, it was
did they-
indicted in March.
Was it indicted?
Indicted in March.
Well, a grand jury's found
Well, no,
probable cause to
he's got to face those charges. Yes, sir.
and that's a second degree felony, and they're gonna. It's indictment then.
I was,
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
See, you're looking at habitual felon.
yes, sir. Well,
That's 25
that
to life
case
if they-
was used to get me to sign a mediated agreement in divorce.
Nonetheless, the grand jury doesn't, that's not the way
Yes, sir.
they don't look at that. They look at what's presented to them by the state and,
Yes, sir.
but you're looking at a pending 25 to life, a
Yeah.
minimum of 25 years in prison.
And that's why another reason why I was trying to get put back on probation, just to try to get things right, try to move forward and try to make everything correct and make everything right. And be able to fight this case also.
How do you do it? How do you do that? He's fighting this case or that case?
That case, and just try to get back on probation and try to do things right, try to do things right for my daughter. Enough.
Well,
I've got a lot wrong direction a lot of times. And 15 years of marriage, I'm finally out of that toxic relationship that I was in, and just trying to start over.
Okay.
Which is what I'm doing, starting over completely.
okay, this indictment alleges a burglary of a habitation conviction in '09 out of Hardin County. Another burglary of a habitation conviction in '09 out of Hardin County. After that was finalized, committed another burglary of a habitation and were convicted of that in this court, right?
Yes, right.
And put on probation. And then, so now there's a fourth burglary of a habitation pending.
And that can put me away for life.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but that's 2 convictions ago, you were subject to life.
Yes, sir. And I've been,
What's probation thought? Because you're always influential.
Well, of course, Judge will follow the
You're awfully
direction.
nice. How about,
However,
yeah,
when Mr. Laurie was requesting courtesy supervision in Hardin County, he failed to report for his intake on December the 17th. They rescheduled the intake appointment for January the 20th that he failed to report as well. I also made a due diligence call to Mr. Laurie to try to find out what was going on, why he wasn't reporting, and I couldn't get in contact with him at all. So it just, at the end of the day, he wasn't making an effort.
And I'm a bit background. I was in a bad spot.
Hmm?
15 years of marriage just gone down the toilet, and I just lost everything.
This becomes the defining moment of the hearing. The judge draws a clear line between personal hardship and legal responsibility, making it clear that difficult circumstances do not erase probation obligations. From this point forward, the focus is no longer on explanations. It's on determining the appropriate consequence under the law.
I can't say much about
I mean, look, divorce, failures of marriage happen too often, but that's not, it's not in the penal code as an excuse.
Just really.
Oh,
No, so
okay.
it's just.
All right, here's
I
what
just
the
want
court's
to start
going to,
over. I
sir.
just want to start over and try to see
Well,
person.
well, never too late to start over and pick it up and head in the right direction. I'm going to try to help you on that. There is sufficient evidence supporting this motion to revoke probation granted by preponderance of the evidence or greater, as allegation 2 has been proven true, that you failed to provide verification of completing theft prevention class. And did he ever go at all on that? No. And which was a key thing, especially in light of the numerous burglary convictions and this new burglary charge, and the fact that you were placed on probation for theft. Okay, so the court finds that there is sufficient evidence to grant this motion to revoke probation. Your probation is hereby revoked, and you pleaded guilty to this state jail felony, punished as though it were a third-degree felony because of the prior felony convictions. You were sentenced to 10 years in prison. That was suspended. You were placed on probation for 10 years. And this court can go down from, have the authority to go down from 10 years. And you are hereby sentenced to confinement in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve a term of 4 years, which is below what the agreement was on the cap. You will be given credit for all time you have served in accordance with this case, and it's not a lot of time, but you will be given that credit.
You know.
Yeah.
Same thing. It's the murder habitation case.
What burglary of that? Which one?
The one that's, yeah.
One that's indicted?
Yes, sir.
You don't want to say a word. Because the grand jury's indicted and everything you say is on the record here. And you say something without good advice that you're going to get from here on your own. I've seen people talk about things and then the next time they're in court, they go, you said this and that. And we're here to show that that was either false or misleading and you misled the court and then you get more charges.
Yes.
Don't talk about it.
Yes.
Talk to him before you make statements about any potential crime, charged or otherwise.
I just didn't want to be.
But you were looking at 10 years here on this. And the whole essence was helping you with theft prevention and according to probation office, you didn't lift a finger. So this court's kind of light on you on this one, but you need this other problem to get fixed. That's where you're looking at 25 to life as a potential. That's your serious one. Over here, sir. Did you, anything else you want to say?
I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. All right. Then that is all. Good luck.
Sorry.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe my channel